Hey guys, so I want to talk about our thoughts and what they actually, how important they really actually are to us. So there's one of two things that happen. The stories that you tell yourself every single day, all of the thoughts that you're thinking, they're going to either help you, they're going to motivate you, they're going to make you feel good, they're going to give you confidence in yourself, you're going to feel at peace, you're going to feel content, or they're going to scare the crap out of you. That's really just the only two options that we have. So the stories, we can't often control why a story is coming into our mind, right? It could be based on fear, it could be ego, it could be our wounded self, it could be a ton of different places where the story is actually coming from. So we can't often determine the stories that we tell ourselves, but we can determine whether or not we believe the story and whether or not we give energy to the story. So what I always tell people is, part of mental health is learning how to be mentally strong and choosing the thoughts that we think. So you have the power in every single moment, whether you're going to feed fear or if you're going to say, oh, look, there's fear, and you're going to tell it to bug off. And sometimes it's very easy to push fear aside, and other times the fear feels so believable. The reason why it feels believable is because you have entertained the fear. So the minute the fear comes up, whether it's fear, stress, anxiety, worry, whatever it is, right? Any of those kind of negative emotions or feelings or stories that we tell ourselves. Whenever that stuff comes up, because you look at it, because you examine it, because you replay that story over and over in your mind, and you put it into action so badly that it feels real, and you go over all the scenarios of, oh my God, what would happen if this really actually happened, and how would I feel, and all the struggles I would face, and so you play the story time and time again in your mind, which is you feeding the fear, feeding the stress, feeding the worry, instead of recognizing that, oh look, this fear thought just came out of nowhere, and that thought is not me. That's not me. That thought isn't actually coming from me. It's coming from ego, wounded self, whatever it is, whatever category you want to put it in. But it allows you to start learning how to detach from certain thoughts. That way we don't feed the thought and create it into something bigger than it needs to be. If you start practicing this alleviates anxiety, this alleviates worry, this alleviates panic attacks. This alleviates eventually depression, because you're not necessarily suppressing the thought. You're just not engaging in it, because again, you get to choose your thoughts in every single moment.